Now, with a lot of you guys going back to school this semester, I figured now's the perfect time for me to share with you guys a couple of things that I wish I knew before entering college. Now, being the oldest sibling in the house and being one of the first ones in our family to go to an undergraduate college, there have definitely been a couple of things that I learned along the way that should definitely help you as you guys enter your college semesters. Looking back on my college experience, there were a couple of things I definitely wish someone had told me to help me along the way. So today, I'm going to be sharing with you guys a couple of things that I wish I knew before I started college that's hopefully going to help you guys have a great semester. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Now, this first tip may be a little bit self-explanatory, but you should definitely take advantage of any of the opportunities offered at your college. Especially during your freshman orientation, you'll probably be bombarded with a bunch of different programs and offerings that your school has to offer. Although at first it may seem intimidating given the fact that there's so many different available options out there, taking the time to properly do your research will not only benefit you in the long run, but can also open up the doors for a bunch of possibilities that you never knew were possible. In addition to that, these universities have so many different financial avenues that you can use to fund your own student projects. With the right connections, you can easily find funding for any of your interests and even explore new endeavors. For me personally, throughout my time in college, I was able to build a studio on campus where people were able to use it as a photo and video studio, and with the help of funding from the undergraduate student offices, I was able to basically renovate the entire space, buying furniture, camera equipment, backdrops, lights, everything that we needed to have a proper studio space. And that's just one of the many opportunities you guys can take advantage of if you know the right people and can make the right connections. Now, number two is something that not a lot of people talk about throughout their college experience, but it's that hustle culture is not everything, guys. In college, it's very easy to get sucked into the mindset of I always have to be working, I have to be applying for an internship, I have to start looking for a job. In reality, the majority of people who try to flex the little number of hours of sleep they get are actually just being inefficient with their time. Take it from a college graduate, guys. Yes, your studies are important, but there are a bunch of other things that you should explore while you're in college, and don't feel the need to constantly overwork yourself to the point where you just feel stressed out, anxious, or nervous about meeting your deadlines just because everyone else seems to be working all the time. Like I said, guys, college is very much a facade, and if you don't buy into this hustle culture mentality, you'll be much better off and your mental health will be a million times better. Now, number three is getting to know your professor. Now, once again, this may seem self-explanatory, but looking back on my college experience, probably one of the biggest downsides and regrets I have is not spending more time to getting to know my professors on a more personal basis. One of the best advantages of going to a university is being able to make these connections with professors who are renowned in their fields. So it only makes sense to get to know them a little bit more outside of the classroom and even hear more about their individual projects, which you can then ask if you can help out on. Although at first it may seem a little bit intimidating, all it really takes is a simple email just asking to grab a quick coffee or seeing if you can schedule a one-on-one appointment with some of the professors you've really enjoyed. Now, number four is work smarter, not harder. With limited time in college, there's only so much you can allocate to studying, writing your essays, and getting your homework done on time. That's why instead of just spending aimless hours in the library not actually being productive, figure out methods to optimize your workflow and make your life easier. Even using certain software can help make your work a lot less stressful and even improve your workflow. And for me personally, one of the best tools I used throughout my college career was from the sponsor of today's video, Grammarly. Whenever I had any sort of written assignment, Grammarly made the editing and proofreading process a breeze. Their digital writing assistant is super easy to install with Google Chrome and integrates perfectly with Google Docs as well. Now, their free features helps check your spelling and your grammar, but there are so many other features that can be beneficial for your workflow. For example, their synonym feature replaces your overused words and saves you time by not searching through a thesaurus. Another super handy feature is definitely going to be their setting goals, where you can customize your writing based on your intent, the audience you're writing for, and how you want to sound. And obviously for a lot of college assignments, there's going to be a certain word count that you're going to have to meet. So their free word count feature easily lets you see if you met your paper's requirements and even the estimated speaking time, which is perfect if you have any sort of presentations you're going to have to make. Looking back on these written assignments, Grammarly saved me so much time and hassle, so I didn't have to worry about any small typing or grammatical errors, and really helped me get the best grades in those classes. If you're interested to check Grammarly out, make sure you head to grammarly.com/NicolasChae, where you can even get 20% off premium today. Now, moving on to number five is something that I really wish someone had told me before I got into college, and it's that being alone is okay. Yes, it's very easy to get sucked into the idea that you have to be partying every single weekend or going out to the bars or hanging out with friends, but in reality, spending time by yourself is actually sometimes more enjoyable. One of the best recommendations I can make is take an hour a day just to chill, relax, and literally not do anything. Since your brain is constantly being overloaded with information, you'll actually retain more of it if you spend some time away from your books. Now, number six is looking into studying abroad early. One of the best things you can do during your time in college is actually studying abroad. There's so many benefits you get from this, but there's actually also a lot of funding from these universities. However, you need to make sure you look into this early on if you're serious about going abroad, because not only is the application process very long, but certain schools will only allow you to go abroad for certain semesters. Also, depending on your major, you may have certain requirements where you have to stay on campus for that semester, so planning your schedule ahead of time will easily allow you to see which semester is going to be the best option for you to go abroad. Now, in addition to that, number seven is going to be get your core requirements done ahead of schedule. One of the best recommendations I can make is if you have certain classes that you have to take for your major or your distribution requirements, try and stack as many of those as you can your freshman or your sophomore year so that you can take the time during your junior or senior years to explore more more classes that you're interested in. Trust me guys, from personal experience, my senior year I had to take a 3-hour science lab, and it was not the most fun experience that could have easily gotten out of the way freshman year and given me the time in my schedule to explore other classes I was interested in. This will also help you make sure you're on track to get your degree on time, and you'll have a lot more peace of mind knowing you already got all your core requirements out of the way. Now number 8 is something that probably not a lot of people are going to tell you, but it's that GPA isn't everything, guys. And I know, I'm sure a lot of you guys are shaking your head thinking, what are you talking about? Of course GPA is important. And yeah, I never said it wasn't important, but I also said it wasn't everything. Yes, you should study for your exams, you should do your homework, you should write your essays on time, but at the end of the day, college is really the only time you get these 4 years of your life where you can just explore and be free to do what you want. It may seem a little bit counterintuitive, but your academics aren't the only reason you're going to college. It's to meet other people, it's to make connections, it's to explore your interests and hobbies, and at some point you have to be willing to make a smart sacrifice that may or may not end up hurting your GPA. Mom, I'm sorry about that. Number 9 is that cherish your time, guys. I genuinely cannot believe that I've already graduated from Princeton. It really seems like my freshman year was just a couple of months ago, but fast forward to 4 years later and I'm in the real world, reminiscing on all these memories as I see a lot of you guys going back to school, and just makes me wish I cherished my time just that much more. And given the fact that yes, my senior year wasn't spent on campus and had to do online classes, it made me realize the importance of cherishing every single moment with your friends and enjoying the time you have on your campus. And the last little bonus tip I'll leave you guys with is don't take things too serious, guys. Yes, you're supposed to go to college to get a degree and study something you enjoy, but at the end of the day, it really is just 4 years of your life. I completely understand how overwhelming it can be for you guys to think that you have to have your entire life figured out before you graduate, but in reality, what I and a bunch of my friends can say is that really none of us have it figured out. Even though I do have a job, I can guarantee that it wasn't what I was expecting when I first came into college. So life is crazy, there's gonna be ups and downs throughout your experience, and really you just gotta take things one day at a time and not worry about the little things. Guys, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Those are 10 things I wish someone had told me when I got into college. So as your older brother, I hope this was helpful for all of you guys who are going back to school right now. College is going to be one of the best experiences of your life if you make the most out of your opportunities. But as someone who has been through the process, just know that everything will be okay, and at the end of the day, you're going to have a great time. If you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to drop a like down below. Also, if this video was helpful, don't forget to share with your friends. Like I said, being the oldest sibling in the house definitely made me wish I had someone else tell me their experiences. So hopefully this video can be helpful to someone else. Don't forget to subscribe for brand new content coming soon. And as always, folks, don't stress, finesse, peace, y'all.